Hi guys, it's me. It's the holiday season, and while I know that we all have various ways in which we celebrate, there is one specific recurring holiday trope that inspired this particular Leader School lecture, and that is the imagery of the star. Lots of cool things to be said about stars. They are burning balls of gas and plasma, and what you might not know is the hottest ones burn a bright blue white. There are 200 to 400 billion stars in our Milky Way galaxy alone. And fun fact about our very own neighborhood star, the sun, given its chemical makeup, astronomers hypothesize that if you could taste the dust from the nebula that gave birth to our sun, it would taste like raspberries. Someone might want to fact check that. While the mystical star over Bethlehem may have inspired this star-themed lecture, I thought we'd cover a different kind of star. Famed in the annals of classical music for their devotion to each other, Robert and Clara Schumann, stardust soulmates though they were no strangers to a life afflicted by tragedy and hardship. Not the least of which was Robert Schumann's mental illness. Over roughly the last 2 decades of his life, he experienced various manifestations of mental illness, sometimes as a depressive episode, other times as a nervous disorder. Beginning in 1844, he developed a curious, sudden, and overwhelming fear of heights. While maybe that fear is not so strange, he also developed a sudden fear of metal objects, even things like keys, which is sort of strange. Perhaps prompted by the curse of the Schumann men in his family often died very young, he also developed a severe and debilitating apprehension of death. And to top this all off, he also suffered intense auditory hallucinations. Ultimately overcome by the severity of his hallucinations and the fear that he might hurt Clara, he attempted suicide by jumping into the river, but was saved by some nearby boatmen and pulled to safety. After the ordeal, he requested to be brought to an asylum where he died 2 years later, never having recovered from his affliction. Before things became too severe, though, in 1849, Robert Schumann set the text Mein schöner Stern to music. The text goes thusly: My lovely star, I beg of you, oh, do not let your serene radiance be dimmed by dark clouds in me. Rather, help, my lovely star, to transfigure my dark into light. My lovely star, I beg of you not to descend to earth because you still see me down here. Rather, lift me up to heaven, my lovely star, where you already are. By selecting and setting this text, it seems Robert was pleading to Clara for some sort of help / assistance / relief from the pain and fear of his growing mental instability. It's not too hard to imagine him begging his cherished Clara, his beloved star, for help transfiguring his darkness into light. We can sense this in the music. The interval of a ninth at the beginning is tragic, imbued with a sharp, aching pain. The repeated chords seem urgent and imploring. You can hear the melodic line reaching up. The vocal line starts at one pitch and leaps higher and higher, trying to ascend to where the star is in the heavens. But by the end of each verse, the vocal part has descended even lower than where it began. Heartbreaking though it might be, this little song is one of my favorites in the repertoire. Go ahead and check out my full recording and let me know what you think. You can always find me here on Instagram at LeaderNerd, on YouTube as Mandee Madrid-Sikich, or you can listen to my podcast, Follow the Leader, wherever you listen to your podcast. That's it for today. See you later, nerds! Waiting for the teleprompter to go.